Well, welcome to the video where we're going to have a look at this English 3/4 plate watch. It is quite a cheap watch. It doesn't really have any jewels in it, but we'll have a look anyway because it's quite an interesting old watch. This is a classic type of movement that was, strangely enough, made in Switzerland, but they are called English 3/4 plate watches. And this is the reason why, because you got a 3/4 plate. So straight away you can see there's a bit of a problem. So we'll go into that too. Despite being a cheap watch, it does have a normal crystal on it. It's just quite a nice thick bit of glass. So you can see there from that the top plate is loose. So you can see here we've got the two wheels which drive the hands, which have just come loose off the front. That is pretty normal. Now the plate at the back here has pins which have little chock holes in, and there are no chocks in this, which probably means someone's had it apart and not both put them back. So to release this type of watch, there's usually a screw which connects to the outer rim. You can just see there me turning that. As soon as you loosen that, it just falls through. Okay, so this is the balance bridge. Instead of a jewel, it appears to have a piece of stainless steel. That kind of tells you just how cheap this watch probably was. You can see the remains of the balance spring. So there's a little chock here keeping the balance spring on, and it's obviously been snapped off at some point. So the balance wheel itself lifts out with a rather a whizzygig spring on it. I'm not entirely sure how these watches work. There doesn't seem to be a pallet fork in there. I don't know if this one has one or not, or whether it's just directly connected. Now it should be noted that I do happen to know that there's no energy in the spring. So this here is the ratchet which holds the spring. You see the whole assembly just comes away. That's a pretty cheap affair, I have to say. Just out of interest, just here, that's the bottom jewel, piece of steel plate. So 3 screws hold the 3/4 plate on. So if we lift it off, you can see that that's attached to one side of it, and then straight away you can kind of see that there's a broken pivot here. So that's probably the end of that watch, because I doubt you get another one of those. The drum is exceptionally cheap. You turn it over, there you go. It doesn't actually have a top on it, but the spring is okay. It's not broken. Well folks, that brings us to the end of this little video where we took a look at the inside of an English 3/4 plate watch. This is a very simple cheap watch with no jewels in it, and there's a picture of the cogs all set up there. There's actually very little inside this. Okay, thanks so much for watching folks.